What's good everyone, my name is Chefkoch and today I want to talk about the new Opium generation, ApolloRed1.
He employed, he working no vets. If you want smoke, they gon' match me. My bitch yellow like a taxi.
ApolloRed1 is an uprising rapper from Atlanta who started making music in 2022, and there actually is an interesting story behind his moniker. His real name is Artemis, and in ancient Greek mythology, the goddess of the hunt and nature amongst other things was called Artemis, and she had a twin brother named Apollo, who was the god of archery and music amongst others. The name Apollo resonated with the upcoming rapper, and since he also was a fan of the indie artist Girl in Red, he decided to use the red part as well, so that's how the moniker ApolloRed was birthed. Like I said before, his first public records trace back to 2022, and ApolloRed's music clearly had big Future, Carti and Lil Uzi influence. He first gained traction in early 2024 with the release of The Way Life Goes, which sampled the Uzi song with the same name, and fun fact, Apollo actually is Playboi Carti's little cousin, so he got easily connected to Filthy and Opium Baby that way, who would help Apollo with his rapping career by sending him beats. Then in July 2024, ApolloRed released his EP Vam Diary 1, teasing a possible Opium signing, but if I'm not mistaken, Apollo was still independent when he released this EP. But other highlights of his discography include his debut album The Summer I Turned Red from September 2024, and honestly there are no skips on here. It's a very underrated record in my opinion, with hits like Stick Party for example.
Got the weak ass label tryna buy us. Got the groovy ass hoes tryna try us. I walk out the house with my Glock.
Next to that we have the Tantrum EP from March 2025. This record has obvious Whole Lotta Red V1 influence on it. You can see it on the cover, which is a remake of the alternate cover for the Whole Lotta Red V1 era, and you can also witness the influence on my favorite song from DP, Almond Leg, which sampled Carti's popular leak with the same name. And then we have a recent highlight titled Midnight Blessing from May 2025. There definitely is some Thugger Barter 6 influence in the title, and this album received great reception in the underground. It was co-signed by Carti and other Opium members because ApolloRed signed to Young Vampire, or in short YVL, not too long before that, which basically is an Opium subgroup and serves as a secondary label. Of course, many people were wondering why ApolloRed wasn't signed directly to Opium like Ken Carson or the Soiloni, but to be fair, Apollo is a very new artist and signing him directly would be a big risk for Carti. And I guess he didn't want to change the label's original lineup, therefore Carti seems to be fostering a new Opium generation with YVL. Of course the question now arises, will we get more signees, and if so, who would fit into the new Opium generation? I for sure would like rappers like Lock for the Spaz, Hard Rock, Neezus or Skatestar to join, because I think they could be a neat addition to the Opium sound, but time will tell if YVL will remain a serious project for Carti and his team to push. But what we can deduct from all this is that Atlanta is still the place to be for newcomers in the industry. There are so many talented uprising artists from ATL, and with actual label backing from Opium or YSL, their careers could really pop off. Coming back to Midnight Blessing, this tape really was special because of its crazy production. I mean, just take a look at the producer credits, the YVL signing definitely paid off, and my favorite song on here has to be Honest, which once again samples Lil Uzi Vert.
We can have Reynolds in the spot. I'm on the black until it hot. I'm on the black until it dry.
What I also find interesting about ApolloRed is that he's very close to the new YSL generation with rappers 1300 Saint, Young KO and 9 Vicious. And apparently there's a collab tape with 9 Vicious on the way, so we might get an official YVL x YSL mixtape soon. Next to that, Playboi Max invited ApolloRed to one of his streams, and Apollo hopped on the song Party together with Tanner and 1300 Saint, so he got a lot of new traction to that as well, and it's well deserved honestly. ApolloRed for sure has big potential to go places with his music, and his sound is very mainstream accessible, so that's gonna help him in his career. For sure keep an eye out for ApolloRed's next releases. We are currently witnessing a new Opium/YVL generation forming in the underground, so things are pretty interesting in the rap cosmos right now, and a lot of newcomers are going hard, especially those out of Atlanta, so you can expect more videos from me covering this new wave. Definitely go check out ApolloRed's discography if you haven't yet, and with that being said, thank you for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can hit 2000 subscribers before the end of the year. Cheers!